No, you still went with. You saw what I did the first time.
We'll go through the same thing.
That's yours.
Okay, guys, we're back. Welcome to the Margins Podcast, where we talk about books. The ones that leave a mark, the ones that start a conversation, and the ones that stay with you long after the last page. We are your hosts, Cristiano.
And Stranton.
And we're excited to be back again. Another week, another book, another author. This week's a fun one.
It is. It is one that many of you, I'm guessing, have already dipped into in the past. This book came out in 2012 by the man Christopher Buehlman. Mm-hmm. This week, we walk between plague and apocalypse. Between two fires follows Thomas, a disgraced knight escorting a mysterious girl through 14th century France, while heaven and hell fight over humanity. It's dark, audacious, full of faith, horror, and redemption. You hear that, Brutus? Redemption. Yeah, this is one that I think many of us saw on Book Talk, on Bookstagram, whatever you guys want to call it. It had like a revival. And just by the cover itself, we'll go ahead and place it here. Well, I guess we already did when we announced it, but here it is again.
Yeah, therefore, right there.
And again. Nah, just kidding. But it's one of those ones that is just aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, when you look at it.
Yeah,
like,
the minimalism in it,
yeah,
I think made a lot of people be like, what's this book about? Mm-hmm. And that's apart from the fact that Christopher Buehlman just writes amazing literature. I'm a big fan of his. He also wrote Those Across the River, which I am trying to get to be this guy's next book.
Yeah, about to say you've been highly recommending. So
yeah.
It's coming. It's coming.
But yeah, guys, that's what we're about to get into.
Yeah.
But as always, we got to start with those in the room. How are you doing?
Doing well. Thanks for asking. Mm-hmm. Didn't expect that.
Never. Not written here. Ask Cristiano how he's doing.
But no, it's been interesting. Interesting week. Still on the grind, trying to make stuff happen. Mm-hmm. And excited.
So excited.
There's actually some cool stuff bubbling.
There's a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah,
there actually is a lot of good, cool stuff.
What about you?
It's great. It's been a great week. This last weekend, y'all know him, Taylor, who was on the podcast for Red Rising. Mm-hmm. It was that man's 30th birthday this past week.
All right, dirty 30.
Yeah, dirty 30 must be nice. I remember when I turned 30. just a couple, not too long ago. Not too long ago.
Yeah.
I know. Some of you guys are jaw dropped that I said that I'm over 30. I know. But yeah, we went to Arizona for it. His partner Lindsay booked a Airbnb in Scottsdale and came up with this amazing itinerary. Flew out a bunch of the close homies and family. And it was nice because obviously I have family in Arizona, so we were able to kind of double dip there and see everyone. But yeah, Taylor's itinerary that going out, and I told him that it's one of those things where if you judge someone, if all you could judge a person by is those who surround him,
yeah,
it will tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
So he had such a great group of friends and family around. That was the first compliment I gave him. Probably the last one I gave him too before. Was just like he hit the combination of everyone was perfect. Just good vibes all the way around. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was a great weekend. Max had a great time. Being around everyone, was beloved by everyone.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, baby was just, everyone was wanting to hold him. He wasn't wanting to be held by anyone. But yeah, it was great. It was a great time. Great time.
Awesome. Happy birthday, Taylor.
Happy birthday, Tay. Yeah.
Cool. I'm excited for this book. So mainly, well, to break it down, I should say.
Yeah.
When you had first introduced this to me, I was like, let me go check him out. And so I went and looked at every book he has written. I looked at, I was like, where should I start in the Christopher Buehlman world?
Yeah, universe.
And this was the book that most people said to start with. It's also probably the most polarizing.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of opinions on this book. Most of them highly regard this book. The ones who don't, they were just like, it wasn't that they said it was bad. It was like, oh, it just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
You know? And I love books like that. I love a good polarizing book. Love it. So, yeah, this was a good read. And the read definitely tracked with, I was like, oh, yeah, if this isn't for you, you would know very quickly. Yeah.
We mentioned Chris on this before, on the pod before, because before having this book for this episode, we had done the Devils right here. These guys right here, just out of shot, perfect. But when we reviewed that, I had just read Between Two Fires just before it, and I said, man, The Devils is a lot like Between Two Fires, but it leans so much more into the comedy aspect. And I was talking to Cristiano about this, where I was like, I wanted to send Christopher that clip of us saying that, but I was like, I also don't want to be like, oh, you never want to hear a pitch about a movie or a song that you just wrote or like anything you've created, and you're like, oh, it reminds me of this, or this and that. But you brought up a great point. Christopher writes in, like, although there's very many comedic points in Between Two Fires, it is a horror book.
Yeah, it's definitely horror literature.
It is some dark imagery, beautifully done. And there's that in The Devils as well, but I felt like The Devils was way more comedic.
You know what it reminded me of more than The Devils? Berserk.
Oh, really?
For sure. Have you got into Berserk yet?
No, that's why that's like top of the list.
Yeah,
I always hear about the first page. Well, I don't know what's on the first page, but I've always heard that right away.
If you like Between Two Fires, you would definitely like Berserk.
Ooh, that's good to know. Yeah. Good to know. Well, with that said, super excited to get into this. Today, for Between the Wines,
we're talking with tequila.
We're talking with tequila. So
we have chosen Devil's Reserve, Jose Cuervo. All right. Sorry, Brutus. And we chose this for very, very obvious reasons. Yeah. Just check out the label. Honestly, though, this is a happy mistake. Yeah. Because at first I was really thinking whiskey or something,
Yeah.
To get into the feel, or wine, because, But when I saw this, I was like, oh, this is it. Yeah. Audible. We're calling it an Audible.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you guys have not had Devil's Reserve tequila, this is fucking good. There's like a spice to it, but then there's also a sweetness.
Yeah.
So you don't really need to add the extra stuff. Today we're mixing a Paloma, but to be honest, like, even the shots of this are pretty smooth.
Yeah, we did one right before we started recording, and I was ready for the kick in the mouth. Because, like, this weekend with Taylor, there's a lot of those.
Yeah.
But not with this. This was fantastic.
And it's quite affordable. So, go to your local Total Wine.
That goes right with our brand. Affordable, guys.
Yep.
So, yeah. Alrighty. I wanted to go ahead. So, like we said, this has to do with, like, right during the Black Plague. In France. 14th century. So, Apocalypse Essentials. If the Black Death and demons hit tomorrow, what's the most non-essential essential you'd bring with you? For example, some people might bring, some hot sauce because they don't want to go through all the bland food of, and we've seen the movies. There might be food that's like raw or moldy or whatever, so they're gonna throw that on there.
What was it, the name of when everyone went west and they were trying to find the ocean, went over the mountains, ended up eating each other?
Oh, Like when they did like the pilgrimage or when they did the Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
And they ended up, there's a whole,
When they're pioneers. I know exactly who you're talking about.
okay, I can't remember, sorry, I can't remember the name.
Yeah.
They were eating fucking wood.
Yeah.
They were eating like bark.
When they weren't eating each other.
When they weren't eating each other. Before they got to the point of eating each other, they tried everything.
Yeah.
So, dire times, desperate measures.
I see hot sauce as an example. I see a deck of Uno cards. I will tell you.
Cards would be, that's a good one.
Nah, bruh. That is the one thing that I'm like,
Not Uno.
I'm going to eat you.
Yeah, not Uno.
I'm going to eat you.
Yeah, that's going to
You bring
cause
cards
beef.
and you say, hey, let's go play cards. I'm just not. I've never been a card player. I don't like board games. I hate puzzles. So what do? I like video games. I like charades.
This is about fun with people. So charades would work.
Charades works for me.
But charades is also like maddening.
Yeah, if you don't
Charades
have
is
your
maddening.
duo
Yeah.
or your group.
Yeah, because sometimes you're like, what's going on?
Yeah,
What are you doing?
it's true.
I would have never got that.
Black.
So what's the essential? Let me see.
What's something that you would bring?
Well, I would love to bring my PlayStation, although I know that there's probably not that many places I'm gonna be able to plug it in and play.
Yeah.
But if that rare chance that I do get to play, it's gonna feel so good.
Well, you just get the PSP.
And mod it.
Mod it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I miss my modded PSP.
We're gonna get real on the pod today. I'd bring a portable bidet. That's something that I can't go without, guys.
Wipes?
Once you no, not the same. Once you start bideting, my guy, you don't stop bideting.
Life changing.
Life changing.
We literally, when we were house shopping, that was almost nail in the coffin right there. We're like, we want this house. It had a bidet and it had a pool.
Two things.
Two things.
Yeah.
And the only thing was like space wasn't so great in terms of like for all the people that we have living in our house. And there's no fence, so we'd have to build a fence around the pool. And I was so, in my head about the kids just do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Walking,
as rightfully so.
Yeah,
rightfully so.
And the whole backyard's the pool because the backyard was super small. So it's just I don't know if it was in regulation. You walk outside the fucking sliding glass door, you can just
jump right in.
Go right in.
Yeah, I'm all about the bidet. Yeah. All about the bidet.
A lot of work though.
For what?
That the bidet needs water that you should be drinking in an apocalypse scenario.
Hey, sometimes other people don't have to drink, That's what I think.
Okay.
It's worth it.
That's fair.
Especially if you're walking all day. Refreshing.
And essential, good walking shoes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Shoes are everything. As I say with my Hokas on right now.
Yeah, so you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Yeah. I stay ready. You gotta get ready if you stay ready, bro. Alrighty. Well, that's that. Let's get into the book. So, Between Two Fires, set in 1348 amid the Black Death, Tomas, once a knight disgraced by war and excommunication, rescues Delphine, a mysterious orphan who insists the plague is only the beginning of a spiritual war. They are joined by Father Matthew, a priest haunted by sins and loss of faith. Together, they traverse a ravaged France towards Avignon. Crossing famine-ridden roads, demon-infested ruins, and forsaken villages. Along the way, they witness angels fallen, relics turned to cursed, and the thin line between belief and madness. All while each step tests their souls, their trusts, and the cost of survival. Dude, that opening scene alone.
Yeah.
Beautifully written. Cinematic.
For sure.
Yeah. So you start off, well, I shouldn't say opening scene that we are introduced to Tomas is what I meant.
Okay. Yeah.
That scene, the barn. There's also right before that where they're talking about the war in heaven between demons and angels and what is bringing the plague. But the opening scene talks about this band of well, they actually don't say knights. It's just 4 men.
Brigands.
4 brigands. And they start following this donkey, and they find him. They take him into this barn because they are looking for food, and they're like, "I'm gonna eat that donkey." And so they cook him up, and then a small voice comes out of the corner and says, "That's I can't remember the name of the donkey,
Me either.
but that's my donkey." We'll say.
Yeah, Delphine was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, Delphine was like, "That's my donkey," and this is a young girl. 4 brigands, and everything that you can think of in the worst nightmare of 4 older men, a young girl, is comes to light, or it's what's alluding to what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So very quickly it unfolds where Tomas is one of the 4 men. He does not allow that to happen.
No.
Steps in, and destiny is set. She finds him as a saving grace, and as a companion on the road. Classic, I'm going this way, I'm going too. You know, we go X-Men with Wolverine and Rogue.
Yep.
You know, and he's like, "Fine, you can go with me up until this point." And joke's on him because she's gotten wrapped around her finger.
Yep.
What were your initial thoughts of it?
Yeah, so I was like, this is crazy. It started off pretty graphic,
Yeah.
right? But I was like, I get it. Like, that's why I said, you very quickly understand Christopher Buehlman, you know? So when I first started reading this, I was coming off of reading
Rage.
a slew
Yeah.
of books from Joe Abercrombie.
That's right.
And, you know, Joe Abercrombie can be dark. Like,
Yeah,
he can be
absolutely.
dark. But this is next level. And it definitely holds that weight all the way through the book. Like I said earlier, it definitely reminds me of Berserk. If you guys don't know who Guts is, you guys haven't read Berserk, check it out. Awesome manga, awesome anime. Depending on who you are, it might not be so awesome, to be honest. Might not be for you. It's one of those. It's really similar to this book where it's like, oh, it's for me or it's not. But I do like graphic things that I can. It's very easy to picture, and this has all of that.
Yeah.
But I do like that it set the tone in the story, the setting for the story very quickly.
Yeah.
Right. So you understand, like, okay, this is the crew that we're gonna be rolling with throughout this book. I like the backstory about the Black Plague because it gives you an automatic why.
Yeah.
That, because the Holy War, you understand on its face, but you don't really, it's like a slow roll. But the Black Plague is what it is. Like, people are dying everywhere. There's famine everywhere. The brigands are around, which have, knights that have deteriorated to robbing people and pillaging and stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, first thoughts when I was reading it through, I was like, okay, I got to get through this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Figure out what happens.
Let's go a little bit about Mr. Buehlman. Christopher Buehlman from St. Petersburg, Florida, is a novelist, comedian, playwright, poet, and storyteller. He studied French and history at Florida State University, which gave him a deep appreciation of medieval culture and language that informs his historical detail and worldview. His writing career weaves multiple genres: horror, fantasy, historical fiction, always with a thread of dark humor and theological tension. Before Two Fires, his works included Those Across the River and The Necromancer's House. He also tours Renaissance fairs and festivals with his comedic persona, Christophe the Insulter, roasting audiences with wit, a blend of irreverence and historical flair that echoes in his prose. In Between Two Fires, Buehlman leans into strengths, stark, economical prose that carries emotional weight, world building grounded in Christian lore and medieval sensibility, and moments of humor and human quiet, even in the face of supernatural horror. Reviews praise him for combining earthly humor and lyrical writing in the face of unspeakable horrors. Whew. The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, I think that's a great layout. And
I did
insight about the author.
Yeah, I checked him out on a bunch of his podcast interviews, or a bunch of them. There's some podcast interviews, and then some written interviews as well. Like I said, I've already read Those Across the River, and then I just mentioned him, I believe, last week. The Necromancer's House was one that I also was looking into reading next. But it's funny. So he studied French history, and in one of the podcasts that it was mentioned, he studied that, and it completely helped him in writing. It didn't inform the fact that he wanted to write this.
Yeah.
He was given the opportunity of like, oh, what do you want to write next after writing Those Across the River? And he's like, oh, what's like a time period that I want to be write and be in, and just be immersed in for the next year or two. He's like, oh, Black Plague. I'd love to, I already do Renaissance fairs and festivals. It's my people, know. But he mentioned that there's like, he likes it to be accurate. So one of the examples he gave was like during their journey, you can actually, find the road. Well, find the roads. If you look at ancient, like older maps, there's a part where because he knew French, he knew that the name of a bridge in French was the New Bridge.
Yeah.
So before he used that as a site or as a name, he was like, oh, it's not going to be that because in the 1300s, this wasn't that bridge.
Yeah. There's a bunch of old shit in Europe too. So
yeah. So
everything's old in Europe.
It's just funny how the things you do, it's almost like the, one of my favorite movies, Slumdog Millionaire, how things that you didn't know were going to come to fruition, or you didn't know at the time were going to influence or help you to gain something.
Yeah, they play out.
They play a part. It's just part of the journey. So, yeah, super interesting. We'd love to have.
He would be a great interview.
Amazing.
He would be a fun interview.
Yeah. He was like it says comedian, but he was hilarious on the interview. I think it's Ty and the other guy. Did you ever watch The Expanse?
Yes, of course. Love it.
So actor from The Expanse and co-writer of The Expanse interviewed him.
Gotta check that out.
Yeah. I'll definitely.
Also, Christopher, we share a name, bro. What's up?
Yeah.
Come through.
His has an H.
I spent mine with the H when I was like 6 or 7. Maybe
if
longer.
you know.
Maybe longer than that.
Episodes. So, yeah. But yeah, we'll definitely get more into it. Was there anything else you wanted to cover before we did 5 hard questions?
No.
No, if you do.
That's cool.
You sure?
I was going to say one thing I really like about the book. I thought about this earlier, but I didn't want to cut you off. I like the juxtapositions that he brings, like light, dark, heaven, hell, weak, strong. You have like a really soft character roaming around with this very hard character, and their dynamic and how they open each other up is pivotal in the book. So I really did enjoy like the layout, the lay of the land of the book. I meant to say that earlier when we were talking about something else. Sorry, I have my eyelash in my eye. That's it.
You said it was like Up, right?
Yeah, exactly like Up. Horror movie of Up.
Horror of Up. Yeah, no. I really do. I love that as well.
Okay, got it.
Delphine and Tomas, they're back
great.
And forth.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Tomas he's great comedic relief, and usually the comedic relief isn't the strong character.
No, it's almost never.
Yeah, almost never. That's probably is very unique to this book.
I thought the priest Matthew, Father Matthew was going to be the one. He's still funny, and he adds the another voice in there.
Yeah.
But
Tomas has like dad humor.
Yeah, exactly. Very much so. Very much so. All right, 5 hard questions. Question number 1. In between 2 fires, the world is collapsing under plague and war. But Tomas still has to make small human choices along the way. What's one end of the world decision you think you'd surprisingly overthink? Something trivial that would still matter to you even when the world's burning? I've seen this play out like in shows. Last Man on Earth. Did you ever end up watching that?
No.
Will Forte. I've rewatched that 100 times. It really was a Shawshank Redemption. So good. But one of the characters in it, I was trying to remember her name. I'll just say it. But one of the characters, no one else is alive to their understanding. They've driven all throughout the U.S.
Yeah. She
still stops at stop signs and stoplights. And it's like, she does not want to have sex until they are married.
Oh. So she's still abiding with like cultural norms.
Yes. All the way through.
Yeah.
And, he's made he runs out of water. It's, this water's not working or anything. So at one point when he stops using like jugs of water in his toilet, he ends up just cutting a hole on a diving board in his pool and using that as the toilet. And she's like disgusted by that, obviously.
Never seen this.
With all that, it's hilarious. Unfortunately, it was canceled. So like 3 seasons or 4 seasons in. Oh, I mentioned this. This is the one that I said if I could use a truth serum, I would use it on Will Forte to find out what the conclusion of it would have been. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's like those type of trivial things. What's the thing that you would be like?
I don't know if mine's like a thing, but I'm so used to like working or being
scheduled and
stuff like that. I know it's going to take me time to like wake up and not feel like I have to be somewhere.
Yeah.
I have to go do something, That's the first thing that popped in my mind.
Mm-hmm. I still find myself doing that as, it was in February, March. I switched to full-time dad mode while Rach is working. And I mean, and I don't think there's enough said, but it is a full-time job taking care of a child.
It's its own job, yeah.
My gosh. But I even found myself, because I have been in the professional world for so long, being like, okay, almost immediately I had a week-long sketch. Like Rachel was like, what is that on the fridge? And it was like a breakdown of like all his milestones, how we would attack him during the week, along with like nap times and feedings and everything. So I'm with you on that. Like I can't just like sit there.
Yeah. It's impossible, man. What about you, though?
Trivial thing. What would still be like, you better do that? I think I guess this isn't trivial, so I'm kind of evading the question, but I think still just manners. Like, I think I would still abide by, let's say it's apocalypse. It still bugs me when I'm walking down a hallway or any like walkway. Guys, it's just like driving. I'm going to be on the right, you be on the left, reversed, So let's not all just, both be on one side. Let's figure this out.
Yeah.
So I think my pet peeves would still be very much alive. Where I'm just like, okay, just be courteous. If you're walking slow, go to the right. If we're in apocalypse and we're going down a dirt road and you're driving slower, go to the right, Just do those things and I won't go Mad Max on you,
Yeah, makes sense. That and this is old man Chris, but super loud noises. I have young kids. It gets loud as fuck. So I'm always telling them like, yo, relax, shut up. We got neighbors.
Yep.
I've been saying that since we lived in an apartment. Mm-hmm. Apocalypse. I probably would stick with
Still say that. If not more so. Like, the brigands, bro.
Yeah.
The brigands.
Yeah.
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 Alrighty. Number 2. Delphine walks with absolute certainty in her faith, while Thomas wrestles with doubt. Do you find yourself more shaped by what you believe in or by what you question?
This is a cop-out, but when I was younger, it was more what I believed in. I didn't know enough about everything or anything to say that it shaped me. But I had faith and I had beliefs that I built my person on, whether it was how I thought parenthood should be, or how I, as a kid should be, whatever, life should be, religion, right? As I got older, it totally became about the things that I didn't know, or I'm like unsure about. Um, things that I question. As an adult, I do think that it's more about things that I question, because that apprehension usually triggers some introspection, and I spend more time being in that introspective mode than anything right now at this point in my life. Who knows? At, if I'm lucky, it would flip back.
Yeah. I think I'm almost identical. I wonder if that's how most people are, where when you're a kid, there's so much that you believe in, whether it's by proxy from those around you, whether it be family, friends, or whatever. And then as you get older, you start doing the investigating on your own.
Yeah.
Because, there's a lot now, especially because I came from having such a faith-based childhood, young adult life, where I'm on the opposite side. It's not so much like, because I believe this, I'm going to do it. It's because I don't. Not even because I don't. It's because I don't know something that I'm much more open-minded or open to, not having the right answer or exploring new ways to, look at it, different aspects, vantage points.
I mean, that tracks. If you take Father Matthew, Thomas, or Tomas, and Delphine, they all have different levels of faith. They also have different levels of understanding of that faith. Whereas Delphine, it's like, I don't understand this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to believe in it anyway. Father Matthew's like, I'm a father. I'm in my priesthood, so he obviously is kind of schooled in it. But then, like, in terms of his regular life, probably less so than her. And then you have Tomas, who was a knight, so he took what do they call it? He took oaths, right, to the Catholic Church or something like that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. That might be something. Yeah, maybe it is like when you're younger, or as you're younger, you tend to be more about your faith, and then you enter this era of just being question based and inquisitive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something to think about. Question 3.
Number 3.
Before fatherhood.
Oh, that's 4. This guy.
Question number 3. Tomas, Delphine, and Father Matthew must share trust despite wounds. Imagine you're thrown into a journey with 2 strangers with radically different beliefs. What's one thing you'd insist be true about yourself so they could trust you? That's tough, by the way.
Yeah.
One person with a different belief is hard. Imagine fucking 2 strangers.
There's also like the concept of, are they complete strangers with unknown motives? Or are they just complete strangers that we all are in agreement that backstabbing is something that could happen, but I'm saying that there's no malintent, from the get.
I mean, I think that's a part of the stranger journey, though. Yeah. You don't know. You never know. You don't know if people have your best interests, even in a more intimate relationship with like someone you want to be romantically involved with.
Yeah.
They have no idea what your intentions are with them. Is it just kick it? Is it be long term? I think that trust and understanding is built along the pathway.
Journey. Yeah. I think from a physical side, I want them to know about my physicality. I want them to know. I want it to be clear. Well, that's where you start dropping like that's cool. Yeah, I bench about this much. Oh yeah, I've always said my lifts are blah blah blah. You did. Oh yeah, I used to roll. Or I still do. I compete. Those are like the subtle thing. I think physicality would be, not to dominate, but just to be like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Because I will say my initial reaction was to be like trustworthy, that they could trust me.
Yeah.
But my skepticism is getting in the way right now, and I'm just like, I want them to know I'm strong.
Yeah. Don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I understand. I get that. I think that's a human answer, right?
Yeah.
You know?
What about you?
Probably that, and this is kind of abstract, so I don't know how I would get them to believe this, but that I'm worldly enough to I'm worldly in point. The reason why is if in like the long term, having like a more worldly view of things, I'm probably open to different things. So although we have difference of opinions, it would never be a conflict.
I get that.
I won't let it get to that point.
Yeah.
Because I am comfortable with the points of views that you may take.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Especially in this day and age, I could see where being specifically something, let's say not even Christian, but let's say of another faith or
Muslim.
mindset of another faith. Exactly.
Put that in. You can slot anything in, right? And it can bother someone not because who you are,
But their preconception.
their preconceptions.
Yeah.
So very helpful to know that the person that you're traveling with, that you're stuck with, regardless of religion, regardless of gender, regardless of proclivities, whatever that you like it, I love it, like whatever. On the high scale, you like it, I love it, no problem. On the lowest scale, I don't have a problem agreeing to disagree.
Yeah.
Does it make me think less? Keep it moving.
Okay. Yeah. Love that.
All right. Now we're to question 4.
Now we're number 4.
Yeah.
Before fatherhood, some risks felt harmless. Now, even a small action carries weight. What's something you used to do without thinking twice, but now you've had to rethink because of the danger it could bring to your family?
Because of the danger? Mm-hmm. I leave shit unlocked. So I've had my own place since I was like 17. Mm-hmm. And I don't give a fuck. I don't. I tend to not give a fuck. So like I'll go home, leave the window open, sleep with the blinds, the window, the door unlocked, whatever. And I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm. You grew up in Canada?
No.
Where'd you grow up?
I've been here, and I've been jacked multiple times.
South Central?
Yeah, I've been jacked multiple times, bro. It did not. I don't think I've ever had anything worth losing. And then once I did, I started to get those fears.
Yeah.
Now, like before I go to bed,
Them doors locked.
I'll get up, check all the windows, lock the doors. I just never had much worth losing. But yeah, it's actually like a running thing. Well, Naya would talk shit to me because like sometimes I backslide. Sometimes I forget.
Yeah.
I'll just set the car door is open. You left the car open. I'm like, oh fuck. I had a couple cars.
Sorry, I have faith in
that
humanity.
got broken into. So yeah. That's definitely mine. What about you?
Mine has been I know right off the bat, road rage. That's something that I had a cool. I mean, even with rage, this is before Max. Being in a relationship and then take it to the next level of being married and being like, oh, I'm this person's person. Mm-hmm. Like, it's no longer if I'm out of this world. Obviously hearts would be broken and family's crushed and everything. I say that as like jokingly. I mean that. But now being, you know, in a partnership, in a marriage, I'm like, oh yeah, we depend on each other. So there was moments early on where she called me out a couple of times where she's like, one specific where she was like, did you just brake check that person? And, you know, our car, my car, and her car.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, gaslight.
Right.
No, I did. But she's not exactly like cool-headed in the car either. We both are hot-headed.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck are you?
We're always,
for?
we were always the ones while we were driving. Like, should I flip him off? You want to flip him off? Like that type of deal. And I lived in Arizona too for a minute, where it's open carry. You know, so I knew there was times where I still pulled over. I've never been. I'm not the person that like ever got out of a car or had an actual altercation. Like where it got to the point where, you know, blows came. Yelling, yeah, absolutely happened a ton. Mm-hmm. But now I've had to take a beat every time, and it is a constant thing. And I know how stupid it is. I know how entitled it is for all the things. Now, are there times where it's straight up the person like cut us off? I've tried to make it only those times where I allow myself anger because it's really based in fear of like what could have just happened.
Yeah.
But I've let it be less, if not at all, about like, oh, this. If I see someone speeding up to get in front of me, I'm trying to check my ego almost immediately. Where it's just like, I wasn't going to be going faster anyway. There's no reason my journey is going to be different at this point.
Yeah.
You know, but that's definitely something where I'm just like, man, you flip off the wrong person.
That's all it takes.
Brake check them or whatever. They decide to just, you know what? I've had a hard day. I'm running this car right into yours.
Yeah, or just shooting to your car.
Exactly.
Like that one lady.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
she
that's
had her
what.
son in the car.
Mm-hmm. So that's something that was it was never harmless, but now even more so, it's something that I have to constantly check myself. So
I have a good one.
Ooh,
this is an extra one.
Yeah.
Fucking life insurance. I hate all. I don't.
Bro, I think about life insurance so much.
I fucking hate all forms of insurance.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a scam.
Absolutely.
Okay? I'm a marketer by trade. Mm-hmm. I know a scam when I fucking see it. Okay? But whatever. It's the life we live. Life insurance. Mm-hmm. I didn't acquiesce to life insurance until I got my first kid. So I got a kid, I got life insurance. And I got the good kind to where like they get money if I die, for sure. Mm-hmm. But my daughter also gets money when she turns 18 that she can pull out for college and stuff. But fuck life insurance. That's my reckless thing. that like is... absolutely.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll need to talk about that because I need to look into that.
I have a guy. It's affordable.
It's bad that, you know, I say, I've been thinking of that lately. I'm like... You good, bro? I'm just saying it'd be good if I had it.
To be fair, I get it. I get you.
Yeah.
I get you.
No dark thoughts, guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, you want to finish this off?
Yep. Question number 5. The novel wrestles with heaven, hell, and who deserves salvation. Imagine Judgment Day wasn't about sins, but about one quirky metric, like your sense of humor or how often you tip. What's one category you'd bet your soul on?
I know some people that are going to hell because they don't tip. That's been something.
Hopefully it's not based on tipping for those people.
For those people. But also I hope it is because of those people. Dirty.
Come on. Forgiveness is a part of this, no?
Not in this world. Not in this metric.
So for you, what's one metric that you'd bet your soul on?
Ooh, that I would bet my soul on? Oh, she would have to be the one to say this, but I do feel like I'm pretty good at it. Is how you treat your partner. I'd be willing to bet that.
Okay.
At least on this stage, man.
Rachel,
we're gonna make it all the end of the world.
We might need you to drop in the comment section.
Yeah, we might need you to vouch. Yeah, either that or I've said it before, but friendships. But
Yeah.
it's a hard metric because it is a lot of, depending on the season, you gotta water those plants, gotta nourish those friendships.
Yeah.
You can't do everyone at once. I think those. I don't know if those are the best ones, but
I mean, it's good.
those first ones that came to mind.
It kind of doesn't get better than wife.
Yeah.
And
And
family,
friends. Yeah.
friends.
I definitely thought, Max, but he's not really.
Yeah. That's
speak.
intrinsic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that is a metric if there is a afterlife and all that.
Yeah,
so
fatherhood.
I'm saying
I'm a great fucking let me in.
Yeah.
No, I get you.
What about you?
If I had to make it like quirky,
Yeah.
or something off cuff, I will like weirdly give anything to anyone. I don't give a fuck. I've given shoes, jackets. My friend will tell you, one of our first apartments, we were in downtown Long Beach. I let a homeless man stay with us for some days. People were not happy about that in my house because he was absolutely
this is the
homeless.
homie house.
Yes, this is the homie house. We had a homie house. Yeah, downtown Long Beach.
I was thinking like you and Naya and the kids. I was like, no, that's not the situation.
This is pre kids and Naya.
Yeah.
And so I would just see him. I would get off like around like midnight or 1 a.m. and I would see him every day at the train station on the Blue Line. And was just if you take the train to LA, everything go down the Blue Line. But anyways, I saw him. I was like, man, anyway, it was good. I thought he was cool. But there was a point where he, shit got kind of weird because shit can get kind of weird with homeless people.
Yeah.
And I had to ask him not to come back, but he stayed for a few days, maybe longer. But
up until that point.
Yeah. And
you asked him to leave, and he's like, "Hey, he stayed."
Yeah. So I will weirdly give anything to anyone. I'm not really materialistic. I don't really give a fuck about anything except for like people. I think people are like the only real currency.
Absolutely.
The only thing real. I don't usually ask for anything in return. If I do, it's because I don't want to make you feel like I'm just giving handouts. That includes money. Now, I will tell you, I'm a habitual dollar giver. If someone's like, we're in like a drive-thru or something, or we're at the store and someone's like, hey, can I get $1? But if the only time I won't give it away is if I just truly don't have it. Yeah. I can't afford to. But even if I have $1 and it's my only dollar, what the fuck I'm gonna do with this dollar? Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you. Yeah. So, yeah.
I love that. Your charity. So you're going to base it off charity.
Yeah, my charity. There's probably other things that I would be condemned for, but my charity, no.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We aren't listening to what we're getting condemned for, bro.
We'll save that for our interview with Christopher Buehlman.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's going to want to answer that. All right. Well, that was 5 hard questions. That's our bread and butter.
That was fine. That was good.
That's the meat of the conversation. So now we get into the deep dive of Between the Fires. All right. This book, the themes and threads, it talks about plague, apocalypse, and the spiritual plane. How Buehlman blurs the seen and the unseen. We're talking about how Delphine, one of my favorite parts is when Delphine meets Tomas and she says, "Oh, I can see your soul." Mm-hmm. And I can see that there's demons around you as well. I can see that there's demons surrounding you. And I was just like, oh, that's such a cool visual. And already you know that she's like, what?
Not to get too crazy from this.
No, go.
Not to get too crazy from this. Growing up in like anywhere where there's heavy drugs, you may have this conversation once or twice in your life. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't have to be heavy drugs. It can be like deep in any kind of religion.
I was gonna say culture too. Yeah. Like the culture of the when I was in El Salvador.
Yes,
there's plenty of people that were like, I'd walk up to them, especially because I was there for specific religious reasons at the time, and they'd be like, "Oh, I see the angels around you." It's just like a kind thing to say, and I'm not saying that they didn't believe it. Yeah, but yeah, it was a common.
Yeah, it's a thing.
A common thing.
It's a thing. It could be cultural. It could be religion based. It can be drug based. Mm-hmm. You will encounter somebody like this if you live long enough and you live in places where this may cross her path.
Yeah.
So I did, just to piggyback off what you're saying, I absolutely, like, and on many different levels, I was like, wow, this is an interesting book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? On different levels. Mm-hmm. On like the comedy level, because like I've had, drug addicts ask me this or say something similar, or they're tripping out. On a religious level, because I've heard this kind of talk before, scared the shit out of me up until I was like probably like 10 or 11. Scared the fuck out of me, okay? Mm-hmm. Honestly, the Bible can get pretty scary. The Bible's like horror book. Yeah. If you take the scary parts of it, don't focus on other stuff, it's crazy.
Yeah. There's, I don't know, because obviously I studied the Bible for a while.
Yeah.
There's a passage, and don't quote me on what book it's in. Prophet, there's kids. The kids say, "Hey, bald man," and they kept calling bald man. And then these 2 she-bears come and kill the kids for saying that.
Yeah.
That's just, that's just like a verse. It wasn't like a main story. It wasn't the main reason. There wasn't some like huge sermon that was taught about it. It was just like, oh, by the way, this happened.
Yeah.
As a sneak peek, guys.
And the Bible is full of it. Full of stuff like that,
Oh, absolutely.
So it's, it can get a little bit scary.
Yeah.
And I love how he leaned into it. He definitely leaned into like your ability to what's the term, suspend your disbelief, and like test your faith and your understanding, and like all these things kind of have like a punctum, this pinpoint that they meet at, and that's what he leaned into to write this book.
Yeah, it's not funny, but it is interesting. At least it was to me. He recognizes himself as agnostic.
Okay.
I believe he said he was raised religious, but has since very much not participated in any form of it.
Yeah.
And he said that writing this book was super interesting, was because it was like the closest thing that he's gotten to not believing in Christianity or like Christian beliefs or anything, but like really getting in the meat of it all. And that this one was really like such really impactful in his like beliefs and where he like falls.
Yeah.
So
I could see that. And mostly because if you're American, no matter what you believe, there's some degree of separation, but you'd be able to read this book and understand, and pinpoint something that you can attribute to like your own culture, your own religion, whatever case may be, because obviously Christianity and Catholicism, I mean, you can even go as far to say some parts of Islam, and so on and so forth, all how that branches out to various religions that people practice here in America. Living right, having faith, believing in your prophets, the ultimate good, the ultimate evil, the battle in between, these are reoccurring themes. Right. So,
yeah, I know that at least for me, if I was asked to write on religious matters, it'd be hard for me to be unbiased. Like even if it was like, oh, you're gonna write a story about so and so, it'd be really hard to not write something of like where my character was already prejudiced, or if they were something of a certain religion or whatever religion that they weren't like stereotypical or like lean towards the negative stereotypes of said religion.
Right.
And I know that in an interview I was listening to of his was something that he on another book realized. His editor called him out and was like, hey, this person's supposed to be super faithful, and I'm seeing the skepticism in her eyes. And he's like, that's a great call out.
Yeah.
Like that's I needed that, I'm guessing, I don't know the relationship yet about between editors and the authors, but I do know from what I've read, you if you're asked to change something, that's a lot of times this is like your, not your manifesto, but like your manuscript is like part of you.
Yeah.
So any type of change can always be like heartbreaking or feel like you're losing a piece of yourself, but
yeah, for sure.
When it's the right thing,
It's still tough though. Like it's still because even like with scripts, for example.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Oh my gosh.
That I do know. Maybe a round table with people and like, oh, what changes can be made? I just did the table read a couple weeks ago, and Steven, if you're listening, I doubt you are, but if you are, we had this conversation. He's like, oh, what change were you guys thinking of? And we then talked for the next like 45 minutes, and then no one was giving ground. I was just like, this is why. Mm-hmm. This is why, and I get it. Like at the end, we all gave some and like for the betterment of the story.
Was it a rewrite or like
a bit of a rewrite?
That makes sense. Yeah, rewrites are tough.
Yeah,
when it's from scratch, it's fun because everyone's throwing in ideas.
Yeah, right? And no one's sold to anything.
No one's sold to anything because it hasn't developed. Once you have like a tracking developed story, it gets hairy.
Yeah, because you've already committed to what's going to happen or why in your mind that works.
Yeah,
or why
you don't want to like insult anyone or make them feel insulted.
Yeah,
I know, like, because I do, secretly, I edit and I write scripts, right, historically. The most recent one I did was like last year. Mm-hmm. And, if you guys watch this, I'm not going to get too deep, so don't worry, but don't take it for anything. But I was like, when we did those round tables and shit, I was like, before the phone, I'm like, yeah, I'm about to say we're going to change this, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And then on the call, I'm like, maybe this can be changed a little bit. And I would give this 5-minute rant on like why I think we should weave it around or change this. And then if there's any pushback, I'm like, okay, no problem, I'll figure out another way. But because I don't want people to feel like shit. Yeah. Because at a certain point, it's all fantasy. Like we're just creating, we're trying to put our world on wax, whatever that is. Yeah. So who's to say that your picture, even if it is more logical or makes more sense, who's to say it's better? Yeah. So
at the end of the day,
yeah,
who knows? Yeah, this also talks about redemption, sacrifice, faith under fire, the cost of heroism, who pays and who survives.
Is it worth it?
Is it worth it?
Is it worth it? That should have been one of the hard questions.
Yeah, is it worth it?
Is it worth it? Like,
how would you form the question right now?
I'll make it simple.
Yeah.
In terms of heroism, salvation, sacrifice, when it's you putting yourself in that situation and there is another path, is there any value or is there any worth in leaning into the sacrifice, the heroism? Because you have this other path.
Is the other path everyone's gonna be fine, but I'm just not gonna be seen as a hero?
It's the real world. So we don't know if everyone's gonna be fine, but you will not be seen as a hero. This is you choosing you.
Oh.
This is you choosing you.
Depending on what the stakes are, I immediately, I think just because it's always our filter that we're putting it on, I think my family, my kiddo, I don't have to be hero. As long as everyone is good. Or as long as that's the better out, that's for the betterment.
Yeah,
I'm saying like either I be a hero. I know that in both cases we don't know who survives who's, right. But I'm not going to put the priority of me being on a pedestal of like heroism over, if there's two options. I'm not gonna be like, well, if you guys in this one, I look pretty good.
Right.
What do you think? Now, selfless. I'm sorry, but selfless sacrifice. Like, if
it's the same. So, like, let's say if you're in a Burger King and someone robs a Burger King, and there's an old lady that he's sticking up right now. He has a gun in her face. He's like, "I'm gonna shoot you right now." She's like, "I don't have anything. I don't have anything. So I'm gonna shoot you. Don't give me something." Mm-hmm. And you're like, "Fuck! I have a family at home."
Yeah.
And you're behind this guy. I can take him. I can grab him. You're gonna risk something.
Yeah.
And you may lose your life. Mm-hmm. Or you can just shut up, go home, talk about this crazy story, tell your family about it. Like, that's the stakes I'm talking here. Yeah. You can be a hero And a lot of times when people want to be a hero, it has something to do with like some kind of salvation of like, I've done X, Y, Z. What is my life? The summation of my actions.
Yeah.
Or you can just say, I choose me in this situation.
Damn. Well, when you put it like that, because that is a real world situation. I mean, it's a fantasized one, but it's definitely one that, you know, crosses the mind of everyone. Oh, if that situation happens, yeah, that's the whole thing. Like earlier question of like, if no one else was in the equation, no one to go home to.
Yeah, this is just connecting the dots, but Matt Dineman would probably like this question. This is a Dungeon Crawl Carl question.
Oh, absolutely.
You have the ability to, you know, get out of the game. Mm-hmm. Level 11?
What, the final one?
When
everyone makes a deal?
Offering you deals and stuff. You can get out the game. Get a cushy job. You have enough money to take care of you.
Yeah, run your thing a couple years and then you're out. You're free.
Right. Or you're on the Dungeon Crawl Carl mission where you're like, I have to teach them a lesson. Mm-hmm. I have to do this for everyone.
Yeah.
I hate seeing all these people die for X, Y, Z. Like, it's the same thing, just a different story. I can answer and say that my first thought is I'm just going to go home.
Yeah.
For two good reasons. The first is that I'll have the chance, if I live long enough, I'll have the chance to be the hero again.
Yeah.
And this will come back up, and maybe I'll have more courage or more selflessness at that point. I don't want anyone to ever feel like less than, so I can't want that for someone else and not put it on myself, you know?
Yeah.
And so if today's not your day to be courageous, try again tomorrow. What
a beautifully political answer, right?
So PC.
So PC.
But I did just let you guys get shot, guys. So
yeah, that's the thing. I'd like to say in my heart of hearts, I go option 3. I take the guy out. No chance of me getting hurt at all. I'm probably gonna take him out because I let him know about my physicality.
I know, because I'm so strong.
I let him know that I'm so strong.
I'm so strong.
I say, hey guy, did you know this?
I don't want to digress too much, but this fucked me up for a long time when I was a kid. When Columbine happened, and forgive me if I'm wrong about this, guys, I'm pretty sure you guys will correct me, but there's a story about someone who got killed, and the gunman had asked them, like, do you believe in God?
Yeah.
And they had the choice to just say no, you know, and just hopefully not get shot. More than likely, just keep it cool. And they stood firm in their faith and were killed.
Yeah.
And I remember being a kid, and it fucked me up. I was a young kid, and it still, as you guys can see, still to this day, I think about that. Like, wow. Mm-hmm. Wow. That's faith.
Yeah. That is faith.
It's not like you doing this for someone who's at home, like you're your wife or your kid or anything like this. That's what they wrote about when they said faith the size of a mustard seed. You know what I mean? Like that's, and that's kind of what we're leading into in that last question. But no worries, guys. I'm not baking my life on it.
Yeah. Whew. Alrighty. We basically covered all the other things. You know, humor.
Let's get into spoiler zone. I want to get into the
spoiler zone.
We gotta get into the spoiler zone.
All right. We're officially in the spoiler zone. Listeners, viewers, if you would not like to continue, definitely check us out later. Follow us on the Margins Podcast, as always. Find the 5 hard questions on our Reddit page for the 5 hard questions. And always give us your submissions on our TikTok, Instagram, Reddit, and website about books you'd like us to cover. But with that said, again, spoiler zone. Chris, if you want to kick us off.
Ends how it begins.
Yes, but fire between two.
The book fucking ends how it begins, which I definitely enjoyed.
Me too.
I thought that was
like a good callback.
It was a great cherry on top.
Yeah.
And then I genuinely, it fucking grinds my gears when there's like loose ends, and he made sure to go back and tie the loose end of like his wife, and he wanted some kind of punishment for her. It's not that he wanted her dead, but he just wanted some kind of punishment for her because he felt like he was wronged by her, you know, and she was blind, so she had a punishment.
Yeah.
Right. But at the same time, he loved her.
Oh yeah, and she loved him.
And she loved him. Mm-hmm. And so I thought that was very interesting. Although he didn't, he knocked back the 3 times.
Yes, he did.
But he walked away.
He did.
He walked away to meet Delphine.
By far my favorite. That was my favorite part of the whole book.
Yeah, for sure.
This book, there's not many parts. Like you were in the spoiler zone. So even when Father Matthew passes, when he dies, which was a beautiful moment too, protecting Delphine.
These are the only parts I played back, actually.
Yeah.
I went back only on those 2 parts.
Those are the 2 that like hit you hard, but that's not to say that there's so much more throughout. But it was the only part that I didn't feel, had nothing about knowing it was coming.
Yeah.
And so it got me. Like I definitely teared up when I heard that he did the 3 knocks. Because I was just like,
when she did it first, I was like, how did she know?
Yeah.
But I guess she knows.
Beautifully put.
I guess she knows. She would have to know. They were married for a while, you know, they loved each other.
Kids.
And I think what was so beautiful about it was that there was so much ugly shit that happened in the book.
Again, what you were saying, light, dark.
Yeah.
Weak, strong.
Like the plots were very similar in the beginning and the end, but the juxtaposition was so much ugliness that happened in the beginning and so much beautiful shit that happened in the end. Like the beautiful ending that people wish would happen to such a drastic beginning. But yes, amazing. Some other spoilers. Let's get into Father Matthew dying.
Oh yeah.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like that he died?
I didn't like that he died. I don't like how he died. If it was like a TV show or a movie, he would have died like old boy off of Walking Dead. You know?
Glenn, yeah.
When Glenn died, I quit Walking Dead for probably like a year or 2. Mm-hmm. And so if like Between Two Fires wasn't a book and it was a TV show, I would have fucking quit.
Yeah.
Because the way he died, he was holding up Delphine, getting stung. It's like getting stung in a groin. I'm like, damn, they're stinging him in the balls.
Yeah.
Damn. And like, he was so graphic about it.
Hodor.
No, he was bigger than Hodor.
Who was? You're saying it he's integral to the story. You're saying yes.
Yeah.
I thought you were size. So I was like, no, he wasn't.
Yeah, no.
I feel that.
I liked his he was the in between colors. So if Delphine was like the white, Tomas was the black. He was the colors that connect them in between. To give like a firm example, what I'm talking about. Like the jealousy that he felt when he thought that it was possible that her and Tomas had got together. And I love stuff like that, whether it's literature or music or whatever, because I really lean into how human everyone is. I dislike when people try to be holier than thou or they really try to be even like, too hood or whatever. Like I want you to lean into being human, bro. Like, if you feel something, act it out, say it, talk about, communicate it. And I really did enjoy. That was another part, one of my favorite parts. Not because of like what happened per se, but because I think that's even in a fantastical land, he put in like a very real moment we're all slave to our base thoughts.
Yeah.
And I think that Father Matthew was a pillar of that statement, right? So he's a priest and he has a drinking problem. He also was pretty polyamorous.
Yeah.
Right? Which actually affected how his town viewed him. Right? So it's I just think that he was one of the more colorful characters, and when he died, up until towards like the last third of the book, I'll say even like probably a little bit more. It did lose a little bit of color for me, because then I have to read that in other characters.
Yeah. Yeah. But it does say a lot. Now, this isn't in defense of, but it does say a lot about how that character was written and the space that he did take up until that point. I am still horrified by so many of these monsters and situations they got into. Bro.
The fucking statues. Bro. The fucking statues.
Yeah. You're talking about the...
When they're in a town.
At the door.
Yes.
Yes.
Banging on the fucking door.
Banging on the door.
And she gets in, she has the fucking crown, and she is going through killing shit. Boom. Killing it. She kills it.
It was Mary, right?
Yes.
And then she was using an actual, like a dead baby.
Yes, from the plague.
That was like swollen and
he's so descriptive. So she's holding him, and she's holding him by the leg and shit.
Legs, yeah.
And then she throws the baby, and like it's a lot of shit that happens. Yeah, for sure. That shit is staying with me.
Forever.
It's fucking staying with me. Yeah. And then I start leaving the town, and the statues go hard. I'm like, oh, please don't let these people come back. And they didn't, which is great. But I thought it was going to come back around because they were going fucking hard on everyone in that cart.
Yeah, they were. We have that. We have the initial like
the
thing
monster
that was in the river.
Yeah.
That mimicked the farmer's yell.
Yeah.
Ugh. Creepy.
Yeah. When the cardinal, I think it was a cardinal, he was sleeping with his stepniece.
Yeah.
She left. The things from the fucking painting came out. They killed him the same way that they killed the cardinal, where they stuck their hand down his throat. And so, I'm skipping, but the page walked in because he went to go see the cardinal, and he was scared because everyone was scared as fuck. He had went to see the what do you call the boy that do the horses? Anyway, he went to go see the dude that do the horses, and dude the horses had a pitchfork. He said, "Get the fuck out!" Because he was trying to make him go see about the monster. And dude with the pitchfork, he was like, "Oh no, I'm not going. I saw some shit too. I'm not going.
I'm good."
And he was like, "I'm ordering you to go."
Cool.
And he turned the pitchfork on him and said, "Yo, you better get the fuck out. You better get the fuck out." And so he went back and basically saw damn near the devil. And the devil told him, "Go to sleep. Yeah, I'm dealing with something right now. You'll see him tomorrow, which is gonna be me."
Yeah, I'm taking over.
Yeah, and the fact that he didn't fucking try to run. That's the first thing I thought about.
Where are you gonna go?
As far as possible.
Not far enough.
I mean, well,
I mean, there's reveals about Delphine. There is the demise of Tomas, or at least in a small moment where you think his demise is imminent. I mean, he goes to hell.
That shit sucked.
Yeah.
That shit sucked. Not like saying it sucked to read it. I think that it was awesome. Like the descriptiveness, the everything, the different levels of hell, the kind of hell he had to deal with, and how it had to do with like his best and worst thoughts. He had to deal with all of it. That is the worst version of hell I've ever read.
Yeah, it's not catabasis.
Yes.
You know, it didn't sound like it was just scholarly books.
This is one of the worst versions of hell I've ever read. Bar none. The only thing I could possibly on par is the actual fucking Bible.
Yeah. To you, Christopher Buehlman.
So yeah, she get that soft clap. It was tough, but I did love Delphine coming to get him because I don't know if this is just like the kid me saying this, but like we all want that faith to be worth something. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not just sacrificing myself, but I'm believing in you to guide me away from the thoughts that I would usually and the actions that I would usually have. Please let this be worth something.
Yeah.
And it almost seemed like it wasn't gonna be worth anything for both of them. And so that part of the book was great.
The redemption of, because it's not only that your faith, that the faith that you had, but the work that you did in hopes of redemption or of correcting yourself, because that's basically what Tomas did. Was, although he was not perfect, he knew he was damned. He was still, there were still things that were important to him. So, you know, protecting Delphine initially and then throughout the book, and then making those choices of being like, oh, I'm still going to go on this journey with her, even though this isn't my weight to carry at all. So yeah, I completely agree. And then he wakes up. Yeah.
And she doesn't remember shit.
Which I've always like, whenever that happens, there's always a piece of me that's like, come on, just a little bit.
She doesn't remember anything.
Yeah.
It's like what's it called? 21st Dates. You got to make her fall in love with you again. Is it 40 First Dates?
No.
Adam Sandler?
Yeah, you're getting 50 First Dates.
50 First Dates. Yeah. I was getting closer.
You're going to get there. I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
20, 40, a little bit more.
20, 40, 50. Yeah.
Drew Barrymore did just say that there was an alternate ending to that. So, you know, the ending, they end up on a ship, and every day she has to watch this cassette that basically says, when it explains. And the other one, it's that before they have a kid or anything, he leaves. They agree that, you know, we can't do this. You're going to be heartbroken. I'm going to be heartbroken. He leaves. And then, I can't remember how much longer later, he just realizes, I can't go without her. So it then ends with him coming back to that cafe, sitting across from her, and reintroducing himself again. And
that'd be cool too.
And then it ending that way. I was like, that's awesome
cool
too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I just saw that interview the other day. It's all, like, it was unreleased. So...
yeah, that's pretty cool though. There's a lot that we can break down in terms of spoilers. I think that this is a great book for anyone who likes horror literature, you know, first and foremost, but also if you like historical reads, like, you know, good fantasy and descriptive writing, very descriptive writing.
Yeah.
This is definitely a book for you. It's not a difficult read.
No, not at all.
It's not a difficult read at all. It was good. I definitely enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to the next Christopher Buehlman book.
This is our pitch right now, Chris. I have read 2 of your books. So we have Between Two Fires, Those Across the River. This man is going to read Those Across the Fire, Black Tongue Thief, and whatever else you send our way.
Yes, sir.
Well, not you send, that we choose. We're not asking you to send us anything, unless you want to.
Unless you want to.
But with that said, we'd love to have a conversation with you. We'd love to have a conversation with you. You know, not just shower you with compliments and about how much we love your books, but more so, we'd love to pick your brain about the whole process.
The writing.
Yeah.
Not just the process, but also like the characters. And there's a lot I have to, just from this book, with Between Two Fires, from the religious aspect to the fantastical aspect to like the prose, you know, like how I didn't know about his French background, like him taking French, but I was like, wow, this is wildly accurate. One, but then also it was interesting, but not in like a was it not pompous? But,
No, I'd say it go as far as to say that in a pompous way. We've read books. I won't name who we're talking about, but whereas like, oh, you're flexing your scholarly background,
right?
You know,
right?
Did not feel that at all. No. I'm super excited for you to do another book of his because, like I said, this isn't where he stays. Yeah, like this isn't the only like not genre. It isn't the only genre he does, but also the other book that I read was in the genre. Those Across the River is a horror, but a whole nother time, whole nother very much in that world as well. Super cool, super cool. So anyway, that's our pitch, Christopher, however you want. You Mr. Buehlman.
Let us know.
You hear us. Be great. But yeah, guys, Between Two Fires.
Check it out.
Check it the hell out.
Audiobook, if you need to. Pick it up at your local library because that's one of the first things we said. Very visually stunning. Yeah,
I have the physical copy, but I got the audiobook on Libby, local library.
So you guys check out Between Two Fires by Christopher Buehlman and all his other stuff too. And look out for us because we have a new episode coming next week.
We do. As usual. We have a... We have two, I guess, next week. Yeah. We have a couple. We have some fun things coming up. Yeah. We have another episode that's coming up with a couple guests that will be within the next 2 episodes. But yeah, look alive. We will be doing more and more and more. A lot more coming down the pipeline. And then obviously any more recs that you guys have, please send them our way.
Please do.
Yeah. Or any ideas of who you think we should have on the pod.
We need those too. And if you guys have any like local authors.
If you are a local
author, hit us up. We'll not just review your book. We'll have you on the pod.
Yeah.
So.
Anything else?
Call in, guys. We have a call-in number that's we're going to put right here. And call that number. Tell us about your favorite book. Tell us about a book you hate. Rant about whatever you want, as long as it has something to do with literature.
Yes. I'll take one about anime too, which is a form of literature if it has a manga.
Yeah, exactly. We'll take anything
it all. And I guess a movie too if it's a screenplay.
There you go. So thanks for tuning in this week. Follow us on the Margins Podcast on all platforms, most platforms, and
I have to go to the bathroom.
Comment. He has to use the bathroom.
I have to go to the bathroom. End it. Bye, guys.